Good morning. All right, we are on, I think, day 4 of this chicken, broccoli, potatoes, carrots-ish diet. I'm also drinking decaf coffee, one decaf coffee with a lot of half and half, probably like 80, 90 milliliters of half and half, so a good amount of fat. I have that when I wake up for the routine, the ritual of it. And also another ritual I have kept is I work remotely. I go to coffee shops to work so that I can get a few good hours of really deep focus. I need to be around the sounds of people in order to get in the zone. And if I stay at home, there's like always laundry or I don't know. It's just boring. Frankly, it's boring. So when I get to the coffee shop, I have a small 12-ounce decaf latte with whole milk. Again, more fat. So this is not dairy-free, but I calculated the calories, and I actually think it's a very low-fat diet with the chicken breast, and I am perimenopausal. I didn't want fats to be so low that it would cause my body to freak out. So I am very curious to see how that goes. I am doing also ground turkey, and chicken breast because I am used to eating ground turkey. I do like patties. I eat that regularly, so it's just like a food that I am comfortable eating. I eat frequently. It's something I in the past have eaten daily, so I'm like fine with having that be part of my it just doesn't feel like deprivation, really, is the reason. And I specifically calculated I didn't go 99. I used a mix of ground turkey, so 99% lean and 96.4, and I did 75% super lean and 25% a little bit fattier, so that I am getting that fat. So we'll see if these modifications and tweaks, how they affect the results. But I did want to keep taking away my like drinking rituals is really, it's just like helps with transitions in my day. This is like my time in the morning before the rest of the household wakes up. Just something about drinking a hot beverage right when you wake up is so satisfying. I could also I have decaf matcha, just the leaf. I suppose I could make that, but I just wanted to keep it simple. The whole point of this diet is to just reduce the number of choices I'm making per day about food and reduce the food noise. So decaf coffee is the only option, and I'm very, very fine with that. Also, I used to be somebody who would like drink a beer when I got home, and that was like my routine and ritual of doing something that was like so indulgent and delicious and relaxing and wonderful, and signaled like this is the end of the workday. Now it's time to like switch into home mode. But I just cannot drink beer the way that I could. It really doesn't feel nice anymore. So what I have found that I have really, I'm so glad I found it. There's a lot of non-alcoholic beers, but they do have carbs. Those are good options. Like in my day-to-day life, but what I really enjoy is hop water, which is a seltzer that is hop flavored. Some of them have fruit. I don't like the fruit flavored ones. I just want like the beer feeling, which is the hops. That's what I really enjoy about the beer as well, that really bitter, kind of piney flavor. So I also drink hop water. It's, I think, Sierra Nevada Hop Splash is the one I like the most. It's the most resiny, the most bitter. So I have that also around, and I can drink it when I want. If it's the evening, like yesterday, my work was very busy. This is a super busy time. This is why I'm doing this right now, so that I don't have to think about food and I can focus on the mountain of work that needs to be done. We're doing annual planning, and there's also a proposal that other team members are working on, so we're just really short-staffed. Also, we have people rotating in and out of vacation, except for me, because I'm a Christmas vacation type of person. So yeah, I like to take like 2 weeks off and just be with my kids and be in the magic of Christmas with no work, if I can get the full 2 weeks off. Anyway, so those are my modifications to the diet. Oh, I also do hot sauce. Obviously, salt seasonings are fine, but I do Cholula hot sauce. It's no calories, and I just love it. That's just another sort of part of my daily life is hot sauce. Anyway, so we'll see how those modifications go. I think the scale weight is very brute measurement, because you just don't know what the weight is. Is it water? Is it inflammation? Is it fat? Is it muscle? Is it the fact that you have contents, food in your stomach, or poop in your I want to say semicolon in your colon, large, small intestines. So you just don't know what it is. But it does show you trending directions, which is important. So I normally do not have a scale, because I think the measurements are not very inaccurate. But lately I've been using one to show trends. And to keep myself accountable, because the reality is, without a scale, we'll just have treats. And with a scale, I know that there'll be a weigh-in sometime soon, so I'm a little bit stricter in my adherence to the way I would like to eat. So previously, like 3 months ago, when I was training, I was doing weekly weigh-ins on Fridays. I set that up because I wanted the accountability. A coach is also checking in on it. It really did help me to make decisions today for the Friday weigh-in. Previously, I think they were monthly, and I get why they should be monthly, but for my own behavior change modification, the weekly kept me a little bit more on the straight and narrow. So lately, I've been weighing myself at home with a scale and doing it daily, and then you're supposed to track sort of the weekly average. I think I've only done that once because that's a lot of work to do, but I will do that when I'm done with this busy season. But it is really helpful. Just every day I wake up, I go pee, I weigh myself, and let's see, so day one, it moves all over the place. Day one, Sunday, the day before I started, I was 182. The start day I was 180. Day two I was 177, which I haven't been that low, and I don't know how long. Like at least 2 years. So that was a huge, like an early success really helps with motivation. Day 2, lowest weight that I've been since I started. It's been a long time. It's essentially like kind of a perimenopausal symptom weight, which is emotionally very important to me. And it's silly, like I, in my logical mind, know the scale is a very blunt instrument and it's not to be trusted. Really. I think people put all of their hope and fears in what the number on the scale, and when you look at transformations online, someone can gain 10 pounds but look way better because they've put on a ton of muscle and lost fat. So I know in my head that there's a lot the scale doesn't tell you, and I generally don't like it, but it has been really helpful for accountability. I am now doing measurements. I've been doing monthly measurements with the trainer to track. That's been really helpful. I just started doing measurements myself more regularly. I don't have I think the last time I measured myself, not with the trainer, was in January, so I don't do it very frequently. Now I want to do it weekly, so eventually it will replace the scale once I'm a little bit further on in my setting up my routines, etc. So 177, big deal. I know what my brain is saying, don't trust it too much. It's one data point, but emotionally I'm my goal in this 30-day challenge for my weight is 175. So, that's I jumped halfway there by day 2. So that's, it just feels really good. And I've been trying so hard and working so hard, and all of my hard work has been erased by bad food decisions. So it just feels good that finally something is working, and it's working fast. Gives me hope. But then I stepped on the scale today and it's 180. So this is the this is the problem with a scale. It's like that friend who's your friend and then the next day not your friend. And you're like, I thought we had an agreement here, putting in the work. But after that, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I will say I have not pooped. I pooped once, but I should have pooped today and I haven't yet, so could be that. Could be a number of things. I didn't drink a ton of water yesterday. I also sat so much yesterday. I did work out, and the workout was really hard because I'm so stiff from just sitting so much during the day with this work. I just have to be glued to my screen. And after my workout, I went home, had more work to do, got it done, actually earlier than I thought. I could have continued working to get ahead for today, but no, I'm not about that life anymore. So I was like, okay, I want to do something to relax and just tell myself, we're not in a busy season. Actually, you just worked your work day, and now we're gonna have an evening. There was so much I needed to do for my personal life. I need to register my kids for school. I need to fill out this form because I'm getting hormone replacement therapy. An assessment. I did the Dutch test, which is a P test to measure your hormone levels. So there's all these like annoying tasks that I need to do for my personal life. And they're not going to be quick, and they're going to require a long time filling out stupid forms. So I could have done that last night, but I didn't. And I could have gone for a walk. My dad took the kids to the park. I could have gone with them. That would have been really enjoyable, and I should have done it. But instead, I watched 1.5 movies and painted. I like watercolor painting while I was watching these movies. And you know what? It was really nice. Normally I would have had a bag of popcorn. No popcorn. I did have my hop water. But it was very, painting always is super regulating. Watching how the colors mix together is really like something I love very deeply. I made a very uncustomary, unusual painting. Usually my paintings look like they were made by the same person. This one looked very different. It was very sort of dug into my subconscious mind a little bit. It was like it was at sunset, and there were all these figures in kind of robes, hooded so you couldn't see anyone's faces. And they were all looking towards the same direction. I didn't I was just making shapes. I wasn't trying to make this picture. I was just making shapes. And there were like big ones and tall ones, so like adults and children. And I painted with these very dark, their robes, their cloaks were very dark colors, which is very uncharacteristic of me. I'm kind of like a neon, bright, happy color person. But they all had this like golden, some golden light shining through in one small part of the dark robe. Anyway, I felt happy that came out of me. Something a little bit deeper or like shadowy, I don't know. Something, not what I usually paint, which is like kind of abstract colors usually. Sometimes I paint flowers, but it was something. I was something inside of me wanted to say something, and that was it. And I did that while I was watching this movie. I have very, very high taste in movies, and like when I open Amazon Prime, frankly, I just feel overwhelmed. If you want to talk about decision fatigue, that is Amazon Prime. Or whatever, Prime Video. I hate that format. I hate seeing all these videos like I'm never gonna watch. I don't want to look at. I just want to like have some other better search function. But occasionally I get lucky. I previously have gone through a long period of not watching TV or movies. I'll get hooked on a show or a movie like once every 2 years. I was super into Game of Thrones. I like fantasy, but fantasy movies tend to be so bad, low quality. You can't get into the story, and then the stories suck. But last night I watched a comedy, family heartwarming comedy. Not really my usual type of show, and it was lovely, and I really felt so much enjoyment. Like I was able to take my critical spirit, my critical mind, and just like relax and enjoy these characters. And it surprised me. I thought they were going to be very stereotypical, but it ended up showing how these characters that are very different and seem to be in conflict actually need each other in this really deep way. And that surprised me and delighted me, and I felt so good at the end of it. And I really appreciated my dad and what he's taught me and how he's there for me. So that was great. And then I so enjoyed the movie that I wanted another one. So I watched this very silly, like, what do you call it? Like a girl boss movie that takes place in a fantasy location, and she's slaying all these people because her people were slayed. Very silly, and like kind of low quality, as I was previously mentioning. But then the character sort of came alive to me. Again, I was also painting, and I really kind of enjoyed it. Then my kids came home, and my daughter watched it with me while we painted together. So it was quite nice. I want to say I should have gone to the park. That would have been probably better, but this was also good. But now I'm so stiff because I just spent all day staring at a screen, squeaking my way through a workout with muscles that just did not want to move in those directions. And then when I got home, instead of going for a walk, moving more, stretching, dancing, I just sat in front of the screen again for more long hours. At least I was painting. But that was a choice I made, and it was nice too. I need to do something nice for my body today, though. I'm really stiff. I did stretch a bit, or not stretch, just like move, do mobility work, active stretching. While I was making my coffee, and this walk should help, but I do want to take time during my workday to really move in between work sessions so that I'm not so stiff. It's really, that makes you feel old like nothing makes you feel old. All right. How did things go yesterday as far as like the food? It is not exciting, and that's really the point. You just get used to food being not exciting. It is satiating. The potato is really like top marks for being satiating. Biting into a potato really does feel good, or make a mashed potato. I really am enjoying that. The chicken breast, I wish I had cooked it differently, but I'll have to do that next week. I am a little bit concerned about actually not getting enough calories. Yesterday I was just so full. I don't know that I really ate enough. I did make sure that I ate enough protein. I got, 3. I'm like right at the bottom edge. I might need to eat a little bit more protein. I don't want to do this and lose muscle. That would be just my absolute worst nightmare, to go through all of this at 42 and lose the muscle that I have built up over a lifetime of martial arts. And then now recently the strength training. So I do need to keep a close eye on my protein portions. But I did not eat the potato at dinner last night. So I just literally I was like, not gonna fit. I am trying to eat. Like if I was eating purely on how I wanted to, I'd probably ditch the broccoli and the carrots, which is weird because I like broccoli and I like carrots. In my normal life, I enjoy eating those vegetables. I think they taste good. I like how they, like the broccoli when you crunch down, I love the toothsomeness of the broccoli. But given that this is difficult and uncomfortable, I could be like, forget the broccoli and carrots, just give me the potatoes. I just want something that's comforting. But so yesterday I did make the effort to eat the vegetables first, the broccoli and the carrots first. Then by the time I had gotten through the meat, I was just like, I don't want the potato, so I put it back in the fridge. So if my calories go too low, my body could rebel against me, and that's why when I saw 180 this morning, I was like, oh no. So my body you're freaking us out. We're gonna hold on to the weight. But I really think it's just because I haven't pooped. So we'll see. I will keep tracking, and I am looking forward to, I think it's week 2, adding in a couple more vegetables. I'll definitely add in cabbage. I love cabbage. But this will be a little bit more calories, in the fruit, eggs. So even if I'm a little bit low, I won't be low for the whole 30 days. I just am watching carefully to make sure that I don't go too low in calories that my body freaks out. But this diet definitely, there's no hunger waiting. There's no, I'm hungry and it's 3 hours until I eat again. None of that. And I really love not having to be hungry, not having to feel deprived. It's really critical for me. If I feel deprived, I'm just gonna rebel. I'm just gonna, do the opposite thing. I'm very rebellious. So I'm happy to find something that doesn't feel like a total slog. Again, it was a heavy lift to get everything prepared and pre-portioned, but getting through this week, food-wise, has been a breeze. It takes me 30 seconds to pack my lunch, which is very not like my normal day. And I usually do some meal prep every week, so I have stuff available. The portioning is really the part that is the most onerous for me, which sounds so silly, but when you're busy in the morning, the more frictionless you can make your system, the easier it is to stick to it. I don't have a bunch of containers available, and there's not fridge space for it anyway. Currently, we're staying with family over the summer, so I have just cooked the food, let the food totally cool, and then put it in Ziploc bags, which I really hate putting my food in plastic, but I'm not heating it up in the plastic, and it just saves space, etc. So it's good enough. It's just good enough for now, given how busy life is. I don't want to buy a whole set of things, and I can't even fit it in the fridge anyway, so it's just got like, we're not trying to be perfect, we're just trying to be good enough. GE, good enough. I have like had fleeting moments of thinking about what I might want to eat when I'm done. Some celebratory meals I might have with my kids. But it's vague. There's no like, oh, I'm gonna have a key lime pie. So today I don't have any specific workout. Thursdays I have something Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday. So this is one of my rest days. It's been more of a rest week because a class I usually take on Monday for some reason was not on the schedule. And then Tuesday I was doing some babysitting for a family member. So I did get a workout in, but not my usual one. Usually I do mobility work, but instead I did the Versa Climber for 16 minutes in the class. I hate the Versa Climber. Makes me feel unsafe. Just brings up all this fear from me. I don't know why. And I used to be really good at cardio when I was doing kickboxing 3 times a week, but I stopped that because of the perimenopausal symptoms. Just really high cortisol, hard time sleeping. I just felt it was too much. And that's how I feel now with this. I am trying to bring in a little bit of cardio once a week, sometimes less than that, just to improve my cardiovascular function. I get out of breath, which is so weird. That wasn't me for my whole life. So I'm trying to work on that, but we're not doing like 5 HIIT classes a week. That is not what we're doing. So I might do something today, depending on how work goes. I might also have to work super late into the night. We'll see when I get these activity matrices and budgets back from the country teams. But if I can move, even like going for a bike ride or just having a dance party with my kids, or maybe like yoga on YouTube, something to get I can already feel like my posture suffering. Oh, that's so tight. So just to open up a little bit, get into that posterior chain. All right, have a great day.